Hello everybody, this is Mr. YouTube video here, and we're going to run through this quiz to help you figure out how to deal with the ion quiz. And it's actually much like the quiz we did for atoms, so it shouldn't be too challenging, but all the numbers can be a little confusing because there's a bunch of numbers to fill in. Alright, so here's the logic that I would use if I were going to fill it out. I'd start with my sodium, 24. Sodium is the name of the element, 24 is the mass number. So the mass number, you'd say, is 24. And the element symbol for sodium is Na. The atomic number for sodium, if you look at your periodic table, you'll find that it's 11. Which means, since atomic number is equal to the number of protons, that there are 11 protons. The neutrons are found by taking the number of protons and neutrons, which is the mass number 24, and subtracting the atomic number. So you would say 24 minus 11, and that gives you a mass of, or excuse me, a number of neutrons is 13. So 13 is your answer. The 24 minus 11 is just how we got the answer. That's the end of that one. The next one. Now, by the way, there are two little relationships I mentioned that you need to know. You need to know that atomic number is equal to the number of protons. That's always true. If the atom is neutral, neutral means no charge, the electrons are equal to the protons. If there is a positive charge, the atom has lost electrons, and the charge becomes positive. If the atom has a negative charge, or if there is a negative charge, the atom has gained electrons. So the charge is negative. Good. Making a little YouTube video here. The other thing that I mentioned that should be noted is that there's a little equation that you can use. The protons plus the neutrons are equal to the mass number. Alright, now let's take a look at the second row. So on the second row, we've got not as much information. We have 18 electrons. You can see that right here. And we're also told that the charge is -3. Now listen carefully to this next point. This is 18. That includes the 3 extra electrons that you have due to the -3 charge. So the -3 charge means 3 extra electrons. So if 18 includes 3 extra electrons, then you would normally have 15 electrons when the atom is neutral. And if the atom was neutral, the electrons equal to protons, so you know that you have 15 protons. If you need to rewind that, please do. So if you have 15 protons, the atomic number is 15. The chemical symbol for the atomic number that's 15 is phosphorus. Oops, that's the name. The symbol is P. And the mass number you get by adding, once again, the protons plus the neutrons. Remember that? So if I add 15 protons and 18 neutrons, I get 33. And the hyphen notation is the name followed by its mass. Phosphorus 33. Next row is a little easier because we're given the atomic number. It's 9. That means the element is fluorine, so an F. You can tell by the atomic number. If the atomic number is 9, the protons are 9. The electrons would be 9 if the atom's neutral. So is the atom neutral? I don't know. Let's take a look. -1, not neutral. So if it's negative, you've gained electrons. So you'll have 10 electrons since you've gained 1 due to the -1 charge. since protons plus neutrons equals mass, the mass number minus the protons would equal the neutrons. So you'd have 20 minus 9 would give us 11 neutrons. And the element symbol would be fluorine. And the mass would be 20. Last question. Once again, we're given the atomic number. That makes finding the element symbol easy. Calcium. The mass number would be the protons plus the neutrons, so you'd have to know the protons, but since we know the atomic number, the protons are 20. So protons plus neutrons would be 20 plus 22, which is 42. The electrons would also be 20 if the atom was neutral. Is the atom neutral? No, it's got a +2 charge. If it's positive, have you lost or gained electrons? So you've lost. So your number of electrons would be 18. You had 20, you lost 18. You lost 2, so you have 18. And then the hyphen notation, calcium hyphen 42. That's the end of that quiz. The other ones, the logic is the same on the other ones, so I'm just going to run through this one.